Join us as we find some free camp spots with our truck camper near the Petrified Forest and near Grand Canyon National Park. We're Josh, Kate, and Koko, and this is our Scout Truck Camper. If you're new here, thanks for watching. This is the 7th episode of our 2-month national park road trip that we did in summer of 2024. Hey everyone, we're checking in from Petrified Forest National Park. And is this the north or south entrance?
This is the north entrance.
And it closed at 6 p.m. and we got here 7 minutes too late. So we're actually going to drive around to the other entrance and camp at free sites near the entrance and see the sites tomorrow. I just flew back earlier today. It's about 6:10 p.m. now and I got back here at 2:30. Kate and Koko have been exploring for the past few weeks while I was back at home, and I'm excited to be back on the trip. We're currently driving around to the other entrance of the park, and tonight we're going to be staying in a gift shop parking lot. I think Kate found it on iOverlander, but I'm not sure. Right here, there's the sign for it, and I think I see a couple other campers. There's an awesome sunset behind us. I think I was wrong. I think I only see one other camper.
I think there's a mix of paid for and free sites.
Oh, really? So the free campsites are actually in the museum lot. There's 10 sites here, but 8 of them are paid for. 2 are free because the electric doesn't work. And I just wanted to get out and take a picture of this car. I think it's an old Subaru wagon with like a huge piece of wood in it. Nope, I was wrong. Volkswagen Dasher diesel.
Over here it says Crystal Forest, free camping, RV parking, campground.
Yeah, I see one van next to a little pavilion thing.
Oh, cool. There's a good amount of spots. It looks like these are all spots. It's nice. There's like a picnic table and stuff too.
Yeah, it is cool. This really is a nice spot. I'm glad it's free. I like this rock formation off in the distance looking over here. Thanks for making dinner. This looks really good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Look at the sky out that way. It's super pretty.
Oh,
Got the back door.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. We've just been hanging out in here. It's almost 9 o'clock now. And I think that's about it for today. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning.
I feel like we slept pretty good, although Coco woke me up at 2 a.m. to go outside, and it's already really nice out. I think it's almost 80 degrees, but there's a slight wind, and it really doesn't feel that bad in the shade. The entrance to the Petrified Forest National Park is actually right here. We're just at the other end of where we were yesterday, and we really like this spot. It got down to like 55 degrees last night, and I feel like we would definitely stay here again. Coco, are you ready to see some of the park? What are you doing? Just driving into the park now, and it looks like there's another park sign on the right. I think all this around us is petrified wood. Apparently there's a lot of dinosaur history here. We just stopped in and got a magnet and a patch from this visitor center, and now we're doing this little trail. I just saw like a little iguana or lizard or something. And what is this trail called?
It's called the Giant Logs Trail.
Gotcha. Makes sense. This is a really big piece of wood. It's really hard too. There are lots of those little salamanders running around, but whenever I try to video them, they hide or run into the bushes. It's very pretty here. It's nice and wide open. There's really not many trees at all. There's some over this way near this building. I think that's it for this little trail, and now we're just gonna go back to Coco and see the next attraction. Our next stop is this place called the Crystal Forest, and it looks like there's this cool viewing area up here.
Oh, fast camper.
at the next viewpoint, and this is Agate Bridge, and we're in the little building at the start of the walkway. And I think this is the bridge right down here. You can see there's like a petrified rock log that spans across this little gully. We're now at our next stop called the Pueblo Homes, and you can see we left Coco in the car with the car running back there. If you look closely past Kate, you can see the foundation of one over there, but I'm also standing in front of a whole row of them, and this must have been a bigger building at one point, so that's pretty cool. So this right here is a 1932 or 1936 Studebaker, and Route 66 used to run through the national park, and I think it used to go straight through this way, and this is just all that's left. This is the marker to show you where the route used to come through the park. There's not much left to it. We just stopped at a cool viewpoint. This is called Whipple Point. That old car is only a few miles down the road. And what is this called? What are we looking out over?
This is the Painted Desert.
It looks really nice. It's like a mini Bryce Canyon, or one of the spots we were there.
Yeah, it is pretty.
So we just stopped at our last destination in the park before moving on to where we're going to camp tonight. And we're going to be doing the Painted Desert Rim Trail. And I think it starts behind this building over here. This is like a cool room. It's basically a porch, or this is all open. I feel like it's even prettier in person than it's coming up on camera. It doesn't look anything crazy, but there really is a really steep drop right here. And it's just really nice. I think it's 82, and there's a nice wind, so it really doesn't even feel crazy hot. We're gonna enjoy continuing on this trail, and I'll see you when we get back to the car. There's an earth roamer right there. Yeah, it is. That's very expensive. Just stopped and got some gas and had a quick lunch. We've got about 3 hours left until we get to our campsite, and that's going to be Lone Rock Beach Campground on Lake Powell.
Change of plans. We decided instead of heading to Lone Rock Beach tonight, we're actually going to check out the south rim of the Grand Canyon, and we're going to stay nearby, probably in the Kaibab National Forest on land there.
Coco, you're out and you made it to the Grand Canyon. Well, that was good. I'm glad we stopped, and I feel like there's a lot of flies here.
Huh. Coco's thirsty already, and we weren't outside for very long.
Yeah, I think it's 88 degrees. We're only like a few minutes away from the east entrance to the park. We just saw a sign. This right is going to be the first view of the Grand Canyon. So this parking lot that we're at is the parking lot for the first attraction after you take a right going from the east entrance, and it's called the Desert View Lookout or Desert View Watchtower. There's definitely a lot of people here compared to the Petrified National Forest. This is very pretty. I wonder how old this watchtower is.
It gives castle vibe.
Yeah, it does look like remnants of a castle. Wow, look at this. Over to the right, you can see the river.
I hate when there's like a telescope, but you need to pay 25 cents. I don't have any quarters.
That's too bad.
That was really nice. I would say our first view of the Grand Canyon was pretty awesome. We're just heading towards the Grand Canyon Village right now, and we'll probably stop a handful of other times. I do know we do want to stop at the Grand View Lookout Point, so that's one spot we'll definitely be stopping at.
See you in a minute, Coco. We just stopped at the next viewpoint, which is called Navajo Lookout, and Kate's already down here somewhere. If you look off into the distance this way, you'll be able to see where we just were. Hello.
Hi.
You get like an even better view of the river from here.
Yeah. You can see where we were before too.
Yeah, I noticed that. Looks like Coco's ready to do something else. We just pulled into the next parking lot, and this one is called Lipin Point.
Oh, look over there. You can see a helicopter.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, you get a better view of the river from here.
It's kind of crazy. I feel like every point I go to, I'm like, should we stop? But
Yeah.
I feel like they're all like better than the last one, and they're all different. So
Yeah.
it's definitely worth it.
They're all good. Your first photo at the Grand Canyon, Coco. Well, that viewpoint was awesome, and I love this mountain view off in the distance. You can see there's still snow on the one on the left.
Wow. I really think like every view is like so different
Yeah.
from the last.
But it's all awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sure some people walk down out on these things. Down here. This next thing we're pulling into is called the Grand Viewpoint, and it should be like really good, like the best rated one here. Tips for hikers. I think that sign is here because this is like also a trailhead that you can do overnight hikes from, because we also saw a sign in the parking lot for overnight parking area. Come on down, it's really pretty from this rock. I walked out to this little rock viewpoint, and it's too bad you can't get out to this one, because that would make for a cool photo. I'm sure someone's tried it, but it's kind of like a little ledge in between the two rocks, even though it's not a complete drop off. Isn't it really pretty from down there?
Yeah, it really is. It's so crazy here. It like feels like unreal how big it is.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty built up here. Where are we now? The Mather Point campground, I think I said.
It's like the visitor center area.
The visitor center's closed, but the bookshop was open, so I just bought this metal sign. And then we're gonna walk to Mather Point, see what that looks like, and then go to the National Forest Road to find a camp spot. Right here is the Mather Point Amphitheater, and I think the official Mather Point is down this way a little bit. It might be this thing right here, but I feel like we still have an awesome view. This is really nice. I think the temperature is great. It's definitely a long way down. Well, that was pretty cool. Are you ready to go find a camp spot?
Yeah, I am. I hope we find somewhere cool.
Yeah. And now we are at the start of the National Forest Road. Oh yeah, look at the little one. There's a little one up here. Because we just officially entered the National Forest, I think this is where we can camp without issue. And there is one van over there. I think there's a couple free sites over this way. Right here, there's a little fire ring, and then there's that other van. I see a camper up here, and I think we just want to do more exploring, but we might come back to where we just were. There's an RV, and I think they have a couple dogs outside, or at least one. They've also got their solar panels set up.
It's cool.
This is a really good camp spot. It's 65 and kind of breezy, so I could almost be wearing a sweatshirt. That other van is down here, so we're kind of far away, but kind of close. And then same with that RV. We can still see it, but not too close. Coco, look at the camera. Well, I feel like this is an awesome spot. I actually think I hear someone else driving in now. Yeah, it's another van. It's definitely kind of cold here. You can see both Kate and I have a little jacket on. but there's still a lot of flies around here. In September of 2022, Kate and I flew out to Las Vegas and rented a car and did a car camping trip where we mainly visited Zion and Bryce Canyon National Parks. And for one of the nights, we camped at a national forest road outside of Bryce Canyon. And this road reminds me a lot like it. It's very similar in how it's laid out, and it's just super nice here. And I'm really glad that we have these free options so close to some of our national parks. That same trip was also the first and only time we've stayed at Lone Rock Beach, which is why we want to go back there, and how we are kind of going out of our way since most of our trip is in Colorado. But we really just want to go there to make it happen. And I think it's about 2.5 hours from here, and we're going to be driving there in the morning. Tonight we're having steak, sweet potatoes, and cottage cheese. Thank you. I guess tomorrow I'll have to make dinner.
Sounds good.
Dinner was really good. Since Kate made things, I'm cleaning up. I think after this, we're just gonna hang out and then go to bed. I think it's already like 8 o'clock. And I think that's it for today. And I will see you on the next video. And by then we'll be at Lone Rock Beach or arriving at Lone Rock Beach on Lake Powell.